Alright, I'm back for the final war of season 57, and today we're up against Phoenix, the Phoenix Alliance. I don't really know who they are. Thankfully, we got like an easy opponent because, for one, we did not play good, which is unfortunate. It was last war of the season we didn't play good. And then also, we need this war if we want any chance to get Masters. So, this war is very important. So at first we got this Misty Knight here, and I am intentionally putting on Tech Power Back Boost, by the way. I'm not gonna bother using Power Back Boost for this one fight right here. So this node, there's really not much to it. Just, yeah, she purified, and after that I was just like kind of watching the purify because I didn't want it to happen again. I won't say I'm an expert on how to fight Misty Knight, but Professor X just kind of hard counters this node. Like, you're never gonna miss unless you do your cycle and it doesn't kill, and then you lose your vigilance and you're not paying attention. It's pretty hard to die here. So yeah, I do go for special 3, but you really don't need to. Even like, I'm almost killing her just with basics, so I'm gonna bait this out and then punish just so I get the unblockable, and then heavy charge, and then just go ahead and throw it, and then yeah, the fight is pretty much over. And then we just throw this for good measure. And then up next we got this Domino here, and she's placed here like a lot, and it's a pretty simple Prowler fight. I did invul just because it's the last war of the season and I don't want to die again, so better to be safe than sorry. He is bleed immune, so you don't have to worry about crit bleed if you do push her to special 3. But ideally I'm just trying to bait special ones here, and hopefully if I do that, she would never go to special 3. So that's the plan here. And this fight does go by pretty fast. I go ahead and I was not paying attention right there. There's no point in me doing a heavy right there because I wasn't going to get the incinerate anyway. So here I'm just trying to push her above a bar of power, and then after that I'm going to get the incinerate and throw my special 2. And as you see, that does a lot of damage. So now we're just trying to get back to another special 2. And I think, yeah, my Furies fall off because I was waiting for the falter, and it just ran out. But here we get the falter. We still have the incinerate, but I mean, it really doesn't matter. She's just dead. And then up next we have Path 7, and we're taking this Annihilus. And oh my god, this fight was terrible. I don't know what the hell I was doing in this fight. I think I'm just so used to intercepting, and especially on this node because you can't stun him. I don't know why the game is not loading. But yeah, you can't stun him on this node. And so I kept going for light intercepts, and I just kept getting hit like a bot. But Dazzler just doesn't die, so it's okay. Yeah, I probably could have invuled for this fight, maybe. I don't know if I had 2 or 3 of them, but I was using them for later fights anyway. So yeah, there we go for light intercept, and obviously I would have had it if he, you know, wasn't unblockable. I mean, unstoppable. So now, like, we're fine. I'm just trying to. There, I don't know how I parried, but he just will not back up right now. I'm in a corner. He's unblockable. I throw this, and he goes unstoppable. So like, some of it hits him and he just blocks the rest. I just need him to throw this and ideally not parry before that. He throws that. I guess that doesn't count as a punish. And then I go for another light intercept. I get hit again. And I just want to get out of this fight. Yeah. That was terrible. But we live. Then we got this Korik here. And I could take this with Dazzler pretty easily. But I need the charge for Professor X. So we're just going to take it with Professor X. And yeah. There's not too much of this node. Obviously, if you're too close to him, I think that's what it is. He gets the fatigues, and if he purifies the debuffs, then he will get the energize, which I really don't care too much about. As long as like he doesn't have like a lot of energizes, it's really not a problem at all. And yeah, the fight is a pretty fast fight anyway. So as long as he gets the fatigues on him, like while he doesn't have his rock shield, it won't matter. Like he's not gonna purify. And yeah, so now I want a heavy charge to get. Well, actually no, because I don't have my falter. What am I doing? I guess I have my relic, but I don't know what I'm doing. Now I have my falter, but he has his rock shield anyway, so we want to wait until that's down. Do I throw relic? I do throw relic. Do I bait this special? Yeah. So punish this and then heavy charge, and the fight is over. $97K crit right there. And yeah, he doesn't stand a chance. And then up next, it's a pretty short war for me today. Up next we have this Photon here, and I'm speeding this up once again because I've taken this fight more times than I can count. Yeah, really simple fight. I'm gonna max boost. Well, I'm gonna throw in 30 because I'm taking the boss also. And power bite boost, of course. Not really for this fight, but for the next fight. And yeah. Also, just want to be extra safe because it's last war of the season. So yeah, it's gonna be sped up, but oh yeah, I did have an extra info. Her AI was not very friendly during this, which was not nice. I was on call when I was doing these fights also, but I wasn't live, like I wasn't streaming because things tend to go bad when you're streaming, so I didn't want to stream. But there was like a lot of people watching me. I didn't know that many people were watching me, like watching the map, but you know, at least things went okay. So yeah, most of the damage I took here was just Bane. Like I didn't even get hit. And then we have this Lumitrix, and someone is putting Horseman on for me. Not that it's necessary. It's really not necessary, but you know, you might as well. Like it is a war boss, so I guess it's better to be safe than to be sorry. So and yeah, this fight goes like just about how it did last time, but this time I make sure that he does not dex my special because that's not fun. So we're just going to hit his block to make sure we get the vigilance before he gets to a bar of power. And I know I can charge my heavy, but I do like to save my falter just in case I'm bad and I get hit. The falter can save me. So yeah, now I know I can just hit his block and I'll be just fine. So right here, I'm waiting for him to throw a special. He just doesn't want to throw it. As you see, we're almost a minute into the fight and I have done 1% damage, so that's fun. But you know, once you start doing damage, you do a good amount of damage really fast. You can power start one here to make this fight faster, but I really don't think it's necessary. I'd rather invul just in case. But yeah, I mean, power start one is just fine. There, I did not mean to block. I was trying to dash back, but I don't know. The game just wouldn't let me. So yeah, now we just need to get to one more bar, and preferably for them to throw specials. And then the fight is pretty much over. So I think I push him over a bar here. And then we're going to heavy charge. And then it's over. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up my season. I went 79-1, and next season is gonna be interesting to say the least. So I'll see you then.